Good morning. Are we live?
Yes, we are.
All right, good morning, everyone. This is the John and Alex Show. I'm Alex.
And I'm John.
And we are streaming live from Honolulu, Hawaii. And today, on our third episode of the John and Alex Show, we're going to be talking about music on demand.
Yes, we are.
So, John, where do you get your music?
I get my music from a bunch of different sources. I know there's some really interesting ways that people get music. And for me personally, Spotify.
Spotify. Are you a Spotify Premium member?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me about Spotify Premium? Because I've heard a lot of great things about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that as a student, you can probably get a discount, whatnot, but I have not bought in. So sell me.
In my opinion, it's like the best $10 that you can spend.
Okay.
For the month. That's just my opinion. I mean, it's 2 Starbucks coffees, and I get all my music. I like it. Before I used to listen to Pandora, and I actually I used to subscribe to Pandora also, and it was great because I like the serendipity of finding new music, and that's cool and all. However, I decided to go with Spotify because I have more control.
Okay.
Yeah, I can choose my songs and
Right.
and all that stuff, and I can create my own playlists. So that's what I really like about it.
Nice. Well, I'm using, I guess, Spotify's rival right now. It's Apple Music.
Okay.
I guess it's a relatively new music streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it about 3 months ago, and they give you a 3-month free trial. So, I mean, that's nice.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't paid for it yet, I don't think. So maybe that's why I also really love it. But like you said, $10 a month is like 2 Starbucks drinks here.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's affordable for the amount of music that I listen to. I like it a lot.
Right.
And it's exactly the same with Spotify, how you can pick your own music. You can create your own playlists. Now people can create playlists for you in a way, or you can just look at the playlist people have created. And what I like about it is that it's already integrated with your iTunes. So if you've got a ton of music on iTunes already and it's all on your phone, then you just sync it with your Apple Music. I don't even think you need a sync, but when you stream the music and when you want to add it to your own collection, it's almost as if you bought it.
Okay, cool, awesome. So Apple Music is something you would pay for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 3-month free trial was a good thing because I'm hooked now.
Right.
And the reason I got into it actually was because of a little bit of a PR scandal. When they first released Apple Music, they weren't going to pay the artists for the first 3 months when people are.
Is this because of the trial?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, our users are, streaming it free, so the artists won't get paid. Then Taylor Swift made this huge thing about it, and it was all over Twitter. And
is this sort of the same argument that she had for Spotify?
Possibly. Did she have an argument about Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Spotify, from what I know.
Oh.
I'm not sure Apple would make that mistake.
Okay. Well, then maybe it was Spotify. It was some music streaming platform,
Right.
and she made a big hurrah about it. I think several other artists did.
Sure. I know that she pulled her music off of the service.
Yeah, right. And so I was like, oh, what is this?
I was bummed.
Yeah, what is Taylor Swift talking about? But yeah, no. Gotta have my T-Swizzle.
T-Swizzle. You're so relevant.
What?
Okay, so I mean, from a current event standpoint, let's talk a little bit about that PR controversy.
Yeah, well, there was that which happened, which I guess was to either Apple Music or Spotify. But yesterday, Jimmy Iovine was trending on Twitter, and he, I guess, is, I need to find out. I think he's
Apple Music. He's head of Apple Music.
Okay, that's what I thought. And did he help produce Beats by Dre?
Can't speak to that.
Okay, I think he may have, but this is where I'm not relevant, I guess.
You're relevant. We just need to do some research.
Sure, I know. This show is unscripted, and we just go at 7:45 in the morning.
Yes,
so.
literally.
Anyhow, he gave an interview on CBS yesterday morning, I believe, with Mary J. Blige, talking about the new Apple Music commercial.
Right.
And this commercial was actually really awesome, in my opinion anyway, and we're about to show it to you. But he did say a couple words that, hit a nerve with some people. So let's show the commercial first, if we can do this.
Yeah.
And we're also streaming live on Periscope, so our Periscopers won't be able to watch the commercial.
So here we go.
Here.
We're just going to play it right directly from the tweet.
Okay.
real. Let me ask you a question. What made you roll a dust off a slick Rick? Hold on, let me show you. Oh, girl, not a box of mixtapes. Are you kidding me? What you got in here? Do you know how long it took me to make this mixtape? Look, now a playlist is made for you. So it knows your mood, it knows your taste. It's like you have a boyfriend that makes you a mixtape in your laptop. Wait, watch what's next. This is incredible.
That's the best thing.
All right, so their tag was instant boyfriend with Apple Music. And by the way, how awesome was that commercial?
Would you say it was fire?
When Kerry Washington was like dancing.
Kerry Washington, by the way, I may or may not have a little crush on.
She's bae.
If she's watching.
Kerry Washington is awesome. I love her on Scandal.
Yeah, she's badass.
And of course, I love Mary and Taraji. But yeah, that commercial was great, and I guess it, got a lot of positive feedback. So Jimmy and Mary were on CBS talking about the commercial and where did this concept come from? And so Jimmy Iovine was basically like, well, women have this problem finding music sometimes. And, I just had this vision, and of course I'm paraphrasing, I had this vision of women together, just talking about boys, complaining about boys, and like they need to make their own playlist or something. And so that was kind of where the concept came. I was just like,
okay, Alex, so what do you have to say about women having a hard time finding music?
Well, that's a little sexist, right? And it seems Twitter thought so as well. So yeah, everyone was kind of like, oh, this comment that he made, and it's, I understand now what he was trying to get at. He had this concept in mind, and he meant more that women and men equally sometimes have trouble finding, creating the right playlist, and this is what Apple Music will do for you.
Okay.
So he did apologize for his statement, and I think that's kind of covered up now. But hey, it did gather some attention. I know I looked at it and I was like, what is this commercial? And then I saw the commercial and I was like, oh, my life is fulfilled. But
I do like the lifestyle aspect of how they're approaching with Apple Music. I think obviously Apple, when it comes to sparking emotion, when it comes to integrating into your life, I think they do a really amazing job.
Totally.
From a user experience standpoint, I think that I'm really excited to see where Apple Music goes, just because it is so integrated with our lives and all of our devices. So
sure.
Yeah.
So that's Apple Music.
That's Apple Music.
I definitely love it. I recommend it. Okay. Do you recommend Spotify Premium?
Why don't you talk us through a little bit about how Apple Music works? So, the user interface and all that stuff. So, What's your routine? Because I definitely have a routine for Spotify that I can discuss.
Sure. So, my Apple Music routine is basically you go your own music app on your iPhone. I'm not really sure how it is on Android, but you'll take a look at it. You'll see your own music. And then there's also a couple different tabs for new For You, which is curated for your taste.
Okay.
And then you can go on that. You can even just search whatever song you're looking for, just like with Spotify, and find that artist, that album, the song, and you can listen to it just right from there. Just stream it. You can put a heart next to it to show that you like it, and then you can also click the plus mark and then add it to your collection.
Okay.
So right from there, you can make it available offline, and then you can add it to any playlist that you already have. And just like that, it's almost like you bought the song for free. Well,
nice.
for $9.99 a month.
Right. But and it's $9.99. Are there different tiers, different plans?
No, I think that it's just $9.99 a month. So if you were to get an entire album, hey, that's already worth it, right?
Definitely, especially with the amount of music that changes every day.
Yes.
I think it's totally worth it. So
yeah, and of course with the Apple ecosystem, you make it available on your phone and it'll automatically sync to your computer, or vice versa. So that is a feature that I really like. I
like that, the Apple ecosystem. I think that's really what makes it special, is that it's integrated. I have a background in user experience design and in creative. So it's really interesting to see how these companies are integrating. I feel like that's what it's all about. you know, the framework is there, and how you interact with it and how it becomes part of your life is really what makes it special. So that's really cool. So my Spotify experience, there's a couple different ways that I experience Spotify.
Okay.
I have my own playlists that I've created. So whether it's Drake or whether it's, you know, Kanye or anything that I like, I have my playlists, and then I set them to go offline. So if you are a subscriber, you can also set them to be available offline. And then they have genres. So you can go into different moods. Let's say you just want to be chill, or it's super rainy today in Honolulu. So you could literally pull up the rainy playlist, melancholy, and it'll give you like emo songs. So
when you're feeling like that.
Yeah, totally. Or you could go to like Good Vibes. There's like a thank God TGIF playlist.
Yeah.
It's really good. So that's sort of mine. There's like a 90s baby makers. It's so there's lots of really great options. And that's kind of what I do.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Apple Music I know has not the moods, the genres.
Okay.
It also has, if you're listening to a certain artist, what it'll do is have an intro to that artist and then their deep cuts playlist. So for instance, if I were looking up Drake, and say I didn't really listen to a lot of Drake music, which is not true, then it would have like an intro to Drake playlist, which I still listen to because it's a lot of Drake's biggest hits.
So they're like highlights.
Yeah,
All right.
then the deep cuts will be the good songs on the albums you didn't really hear about on the radio, basically.
Nice. The ones that will be popular in 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If you are a hipster and, you know, before the trend,
Leading
like
edge. Right. That's cool.
So yeah, and it has a little description about
Right.
the artist and their style.
Yeah, when I was looking at Apple Music's website also, it looks like the artist is able to interact and connect and engage with the listener. You know, through behind the scenes footage and all that stuff. So it's really integrated into the process. And obviously Apple, I'm sure, has a great relationship with many artists and can really dive in.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so anyway, because I'm all about supporting the artists and making sure they get their fair share.
Absolutely. I think it's important. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the John and Alex show. We are live broadcasting from Honolulu, Hawaii, in like a little grass shack.
Oh yeah, this grass shack in Kahala. You're right. Yeah, so we use Apple Music and Spotify. We're talking about music on demand today. Are there any other music platforms that you use?
You know, so like I mentioned, I used to use Pandora. My first experience with music on mobile, I don't know if it would be mobile, it would be to my computer, is actually FTP. I don't know if you remember this. MP3s used to be downloadable back in the day.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
actually
I remember that.
one of my early business ventures in high school. I was like 16. I needed to go to prom and have any money, so I was fortunate enough to have a CD burner. It was like an 8x CD burner. It was like top of the line at the time. I don't even know how I ended up getting it. I persuaded my mom to buy it for me, and I made mixtapes.
You made mixtapes?
Totally. So I would download music. The way it worked is you would find like an FTP is file transfer protocol. It's a server that you can log onto, and the way that it worked is you needed to upload a song, a good song, and you could download a song. So I would trade for these songs and get all the latest hits, and then I would burn them to discs, and people would basically give me their playlist, and I would customize it for them and sell them for like $15 a pop at school. So,
I did something similar. I used LimeWire.
LimeWire, Napster. All that stuff.
I definitely downloaded a lot of illegal music when I was in middle school.
Shared music.
But shared music, yes.
Yeah.
And I guess if you call those mixtapes, I made mixtapes as well, CDs. Yeah.
Mixed discs.
Yes. I thought you meant like mixtapes where you literally go to the radio and.
Well, yeah, that was like 8th grade. I had like some Bone Thugs and Harmony on tape that me and my brother used to listen to. He was a really good rapper, and he won't do it. You can't pay him money for rap. Bone Thugs and Harmony now. He does it in the shower though.
Wow.
I guarantee that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so not literally a mixtape, mixed CDs.
Mixed CDs.
So that was really my start. And then streaming. I think my first exposure to streaming music was like iHeartRadio or something. I think the radio stations really got into it first. As far as offering radio streaming live. And then I think Pandora might have been one of the first. From my awareness, one of the first mainstream live streaming applications, and that was my first. And so I used Pandora, and then eventually I subscribed to it because I had a a physical or a public space that I want to play music in, and I didn't want commercials. So it was worth it. I think it was $5 at the time.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I used to make mix CDs back in the day. I would make them for Christmas gifts. They're great. I mean, they're free Christmas
People still
gifts.
do that.
Yeah, my friends still have my CDs that I gave them for Christmas. I went back to Hilo and we like listened to it in the car, just jamming to 1985 and you know those some of those Bowling for Soup, Blink-182. Yeah.
I have a funny story. One of my buddies, Chad Takatsugi, he's actually the voice of Foodland, and he just actually came out with his first album, solo album. And Chad, I used to work with him at Kamehameha Schools, and he was formerly in a group. Him and Ryan Gonzalez, I would call him Gonzo, was in a group called Alea.
Okay. And
they had a hit song called "Baby Can I Hold You Tonight." It was like a local song.
Wait. Never mind. I'm thinking about a different.
So it was a really popular song. It was hard to get, and I got my hands on an illegal version of it. I downloaded it, a shared version. I downloaded it, and it had this weird skip in it. It always irritated me. So when I was working with Chad, I found out he was in that group. I was like, you know, I used to download your song and sell it on my mixtape. It was like the #1 requested it. He looked at me like, you bastard. It was funny. It was a funny moment. Yeah,
I think when you resell someone's music, that's when
we were sharing it for him. Yeah. I made it popular on the East Coast.
I guess so. Yeah, so I also use Pandora. I still use Pandora actually. Yeah. But when I think when it first got popular around 2011, 2012 maybe, or really mainstream anyway, I was in Japan and they didn't offer it in Japan. Right. I don't know if they still do, if they do now or whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, so now when I came back, I was like, oh, I have to get my hands on Pandora. Everyone is using it, and I couldn't use it for a year. Yeah. But now I also use SoundCloud to kind of get more into some remixes and cool songs. But I have a lot of friends that are on SoundCloud. I say a lot, really, a few. Yeah. But I like to listen to what they're making.
Yeah, and SoundCloud's sort of I know there's lots of more underground music. Lots of DJs put like mixes up there.
Sure.
You know, and they offer it for free just to share, which is really cool. Yeah, so Pandora, I mean, let's talk a little bit about how Pandora works. It's the Music Genome Project. So the way that it works is as you like and dislike songs, then it takes the, sort of a collective taste of society based on what you like and don't like and presents you with tracks from like-minded people. Right. So if I like a specific song, it'll present me with more music from other people that like that type of music. So that's sort of how it works. It's kind of magical.
Yeah, it really is. And I know we've got some listeners or viewers on Periscope who may not have Pandora in their country, so it's good that we're giving a little lowdown. Mm-hmm. What are your let's see, what do you put in Pandora? You know, on the side when it says your...
You know, there's a couple of different... so the way that Pandora works is you can put a search in and it basically plays that radio station. Mm-hmm. So I can type in Jay-Z and it will play Jay-Z radio. Whatever I usually listen to whatever my mood is. You know, a lot of times I'm doing creative work. I need to focus, so I'll listen to something smooth like Bossa Nova or Jazza Nova, which is just the beat, really no lyrics. That's a lot what I search for. Other than that, I've listened to it for hours and hours and hours, so I have some really great curated playlists. That's one of the reasons why it was so hard to give up Pandora.
Yeah.
You know, however, when I started using Spotify, it was just so much more. There was a lot more freedom in being able to choose. You just need to know someone from Saudi Arabia is tuning in. We just want to give a shout out to everyone tuning in over this is our 3rd episode of the John and Alex show, and we are broadcasting live. Our replays have been getting a lot of really great exposure.
Yeah.
We got a few comments. We'll at the end, we'll be sure to give some shout outs to some people that are commenting. And if you're just tuning in, please feel free to share. And give us your feedback and comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
And we'll be improving the show as we continue to broadcast.
Yeah, we're trying to find our niche here and just, give fun, informative conversations, really.
The idea is that we're talking about lifestyle, pop culture, and everything in between. I have a background in design, creative technology.
I have a background in PR, communications, as well as being a 21-year-old in America. So
that she's 21. She's rocking like a 28-year-old persona.
Oh, thank you.
It's good. It's a good thing.
So should we move on to our next topic then, since we're talking about the John and Alex show? Usually we like to do intro, maybe talk about some trending topics.
We totally
and then-
didn't do an intro today.
That's okay. We had a lot to talk about with our main topic, which
We
is
did.
music on demand.
Yeah, and it's a 30-minute show, so right now it's 8:05. We broadcast every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:45, so we've got 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So real quickly then, our second topic is just events that are happening this weekend here in Oahu. So sorry for our international viewers. But hey, if you're visiting Hawaii, please come check out the things that we've got going on. And maybe some of these events will spark your interest in coming over here. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
We have some viewers from Saudi Arabia. Where was that other viewer from?
Kuwait, I think.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So what are you doing this weekend, John?
You know, I haven't thought that far yet. I'm focused on today. I've got a few projects to finish up. I'm hitting the gym, being very present. Definitely have some work going on. And there are some really cool events tonight. I think it's tonight. It's Eat the Street. So, Alex, have you been to Eat the Street before?
I have been to Eat the Street, and I'm actually sitting with one of the founders of Eat the Street, right? Didn't you?
I didn't found it. I helped to
Okay.
start it. I helped to actually bring it to Kaka'ako. So,
Okay.
so Eat the Street. This is actually a really great topic. We should bring Pony and Brandon on. They're the founders of Street Grinds, which is the company that puts together Eat the Street every month. They also just opened up a new venue not long ago called Makers and Tasters, which is a sort of a food truck park type event. Yeah, so I didn't start Eat the Street. I helped to grow it, to scale it when I was at Kamehameha Schools in Kaka'ako.
Very nice. So Eat the Street's going on. I also heard on the radio that Craig Robinson is in town, the actor and comedian. He's going to be at the University of Hawaii at Manoa tonight, giving a show, and I believe Augie T is opening for him. So that'll be fun if you want to get some laughs.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night is Tiesto, and I'm going, and I'm so excited.
Real quick before we jump to Tiesto, because I know you're super excited.
Okay.
Tonight's Eat the Street starts at 5 p.m. It is at Makers and Tasters, which is on the corner of Ala Moana and Ward. What is Cupcake? Cupcake. Hey, it's not there. It's on the corner of Ward and Ala Moana. I'm sorry, Ward and Ala Moana. There's an open lot, and the theme tonight is Korea.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I hope to see you there. For more
Ooh.
information, you can visit streetgrinds.com. You can just do a search for Eat the Street on Facebook, and I know that Frolic Hawaii has really great guides on who's going to be there. Tiesto.
Yeah.
We have lots of information about Tiesto. Tell us more.
Sure.
Who
Okay,
is he?
so Tiesto's a DJ, and he is coming to Hawaii, to the Waimanalo Polo Fields for the show, and it is happening tomorrow night, November 21st. And he's also going to be in Waikiki on Sunday at Sky Waikiki, the new nightclub that has recently opened up.
Will you be at both events?
No, actually on Sunday, I'm going to be at the Miss Hawaii USA pageant. I've got several friends who are running, and I'm going to go and support
That sounds
them.
like fun, Alex.
Yeah, it's at the Hawaii Convention Center.
Can anyone
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe they're still selling tickets. The show, the pageant starts at 7 p.m. So get your tickets now. Support one of the contestants, and let's see who's going to be our new Miss Hawaii.
Is there a
USA.
website that you know of that someone can go to?
Oh my goodness!
Just Google
I need
Miss Hawaii USA.
Yeah.
Or is it
Google Miss
Ticketmaster?
Hawaii USA. Honestly, I'm not too sure.
We'll search for it and we can post it on Facebook.
Sorry.
Or in the show notes. Okay. So Tiesto, we actually I connected with Flash Hansen, also known as Flashy, and he gave us a lot of really, really great information. He's one of the people marketing the show. So there's shuttle transportation. It's sold out, right?
Yeah.
So how long ago did you get your Tiesto tickets?
I want to say a month ago.
A month ago, okay.
Yeah.
So there's limited shuttle transportation. There's $25 tickets available in advance, and the shuttle tickets are very limited. So you want to get those shuttle tickets now. Boarding will take place at University of Hawaii, and there's also vehicle parking on site at the Waimanalo Polo Fields. It's available starting at 3 p.m. and they encourage people to carpool. It's $10 per car. No tailgating of any kind. Security obviously will be very tight. It's 18. Tiesto is an 18 and over event. Alcohol is available for 21 and over, and there are a whole bunch of do's and don'ts. Be on your best behavior, as always. Come from a place of aloha.
Yes.
Don't be that guy or girl. And yeah, no weapons, drugs, or anything illegal, obviously.
Just come to have a good time.
And for updates, giveaways, and more, you can become a fan at facebook.com/Electric Palms Music Festival. and on Instagram at Electric Palms Hawaii. Thanks, Lash.
Thank you, and thank you, Electric Palms. I know they always put on a great show.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was last year. I went to Steve Aoki a couple years ago, and so they bring in some big names, and it's a nice, good time.
Absolutely. When's the last concert I went to with Bruno Mars, I think? It's been a while. Did you go to that concert?
No, I did not.
It was epic. I know how epic you'll be saying Fiesta is.
Yeah, I'll be coming back on Monday. Like, oh, my weekend was fun.
Maybe you should take some footage for us, and we'll do like a couple minutes of you there.
Oh goodness! You
fun.
can just like download my Snapchat story, probably.
That might actually be
let's not.
cool.
Let's not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe not.
You know, but then I try to be very intentional, like we talked about with our episode last time about what we put on social media, and now my mother and father are both on Snapchat, so even with Snapchat, I gotta be kind of intentional.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't had much time this week to Snapchat. Once in a while, I get like a car shot in there.
Okay.
It's been a busy week. We have like 4 more minutes here.
So
what shall we close out with, Alex?
Well, we would like to know what you are doing this weekend. If we missed any events, which we probably did because we only talked about a few, please let us know what they are so we can be updated on what is happening around town. And if you've got an event that you'd like us to showcase, let us know, because I think we're going to try to make this a weekly thing on Aloha Friday to showcase the events that are happening over the weekend or perhaps through the week. So let us know if you want us to give a plug. Yeah,
absolutely. We actually will go over a couple of comments because we've been having some great comments on our show. We just actually got a comment from Lane, and he's asking about YouTube Red versus Google Music versus Apple Music. And actually forgot to mention, YouTube is a big platform for a lot of people who are getting music for free. I actually have a friend that she downloads music from YouTube and then has a program that rips the audio and puts it directly into her iTunes. So, and I know there are really high quality versions of music available, and people are listening directly to YouTube. It's a platform that I often forget, and YouTube Red is a subscription service that allows unlimited plays and a whole bunch of other things. So Lane, actually haven't tried YouTube Red out yet, or Google Music. I think it's one of like music services, just from my experience, you're pretty loyal to what works for you.
Sure.
I don't really plan on moving from Spotify. There's really no reason. I'm happy with it. However, part of what I do is to explore new technology. So I'm going to check out YouTube Red and Google Music as well as Apple Music and sign up for that 3-month subscription. And we'll come back and we'll do a follow-up. Maybe we can feature a couple of musical guests in the future that have some opinions about streaming music services.
Absolutely. And thanks for sharing that with us.
Yes,
I didn't realize
thanks for tuning in, Lane.
Yeah.
And I know that we have a couple of other people here that have commented.
And thank you for all your hearts and comments on Periscope, guys.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Definitely. So I know that a really good buddy of mine, Koa, tuned in. Thanks so much for tuning in, Koa. I want to say that you're in California. Koa and I were part of the early beginnings of Race Sauce, and Race Sauce now with Alex Cam, Brian, and all those guys there now do a lot of promotions in District and Ginza, and still do the car show thing. That's how I got my start in photography.
Wow, right on.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, Koa. Really appreciate you watching the broadcast, and Judith, she's an awesome designer. You know, and thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, we'll be having more design creative conversations. And ciao Chen. We're working on the frame rate and we're working on the shutter, and really just appreciate you tuning in. The quality will be much better very soon. We're just getting it out right now.
Yeah, thanks, Chow. Chow's a friend of mine from school.
Awesome.
But yeah, we really appreciate the comments and show your love, but also let us know how we can improve. And so next Monday, we are going to be airing live again.
Yes, we are.
And I'm thinking maybe we can start doing a Motivation Monday segment.
I like that.
So we'll see if we can bring in a guest with some inspiring stories, some motivating stories, and get your week started.
Maybe we do a Man Crush Monday also, and a Woman Crush Wednesday.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll start looking at my list.
Tiesto.
Just kidding.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in, everyone, and we hope to see you on Monday.
Thanks so much for tuning in. For more information, visit us. We do have our website up now. It's johnandalexshow.com and #JohnandAlexShow. I'm sure we'll get an Instagram up soon and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
sounds good.
Thanks so much for joining us for our first week. This is our 3rd episode. Today we talked about music on demand, and we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, tune in Monday for Motivation Monday.
Peace.
Bye.